Where did it say Vulcan? Oh my god. Look at that. OnlyFans are for tier 4 subs only. I forgot we were playing. I just haven't played it in a while. Oh no, we'll have to get back on and play it again. I got busy with work stuff and then oh my god. There. Haha. Now we can both sword idiots. Um yeah, we should. Like I said, I got busy doing other stuff and then bought the Witcher 3 game and I've been really like playing that. I'm slow because I'm on. I hate streaming from the Xbox. I can't get my stream to look great streaming through my PC. It's hard to do it, like hard on my monitor because of the way the HDMI cables are. I don't know, it makes it fuzzy. But so I have to, in order to read chat, I just bring up an old burner phone I had before I switched to a newer phone. That's on Wi-Fi and it's so slow. It's so bad, dude. Like every time it turns on, it's got like notifications from like every single email and all these YouTube notifications and stuff. Like, dude, I'm like, dude, you're not even connected, like, to anything. I mean, somehow it knows it's connected to my phone number still, because like, yeah, I'm close to having it to where I could stream on a PC to my PC. The problem is like my monitor or the Xbox doesn't have two HDMI outs, which I'm so sad about because I thought it did. And so if it did, I have like a little capture card I HDMI to my PC and it actually looks really good. The problem is I have to like use an HDMI splitter and those are terrible quality and then it goes to my monitor and makes it look fuzzy. And so like I could just stream on like technically I could probably just stream through my PC cuz Rocket League does work on my PC. Although it could slow it down quite a bit. But I just haven't done it. Mostly I just want to be able to have like actual music in the background and stuff because I like listening to my own playlist, but on Xbox you can't play anything. Spotify doesn't come through. It's mostly just because like I would like to. I mean oh, wow, the webcam I have looks fine. I just don't plug it in on the Xbox, or I can, but I don't very often. How did I get around that? You gotta see that again. That looks so dumb. Ah, you're fine. What we Talking about Sonic so much, do you have like an older Sonic on like an emulator or like on Steam or something you can play? I know you beat the newer one, but I don't know how often you replay games. Or, I mean, after I eventually get dinner, we could have, we could just hop on Borderlands. But that would be probably later. I don't even know. Maybe my wife watching me dinner from it. I don't know. I had yesterday off because my truck was going sideways because of the ice. So anytime I'm home, I always try to make that dinner because I feel bad not doing much. Although I did build a cool baby gate too. So what I said about plumbing earlier in Mango's chat was, dude, it was my. I encountered the second worst smell I've ever smelled today. It was bad. Okay, since you're such a Sonic fanatic, you can probably tell me the game. And you could probably tell me what the name of the game was, because I always forget what it was. It was on the PS2, and it was a 3D Sonic game, like open world, like Mario, like old graphics and stuff. But I don't remember what it was called. We got rid of it because my parents got worried about one of my younger siblings, because this was way back, probably like 2006, and my parents were kind of afraid my younger brother might have seizures looking at it, and so we got rid of it. But it was a 3D Sonic game on the PS2 that it was just really. I just remember having a lot of fun being, 7 years old or whatever, 6 years old, being like, "Oh, this is so fun," and then we didn't have it for very long. I can't really remember much specific about it except, like I said, it was like 3D. I think you could switch between Sonic and Tails, maybe one more. Um, I know there's like. It wasn't like full open world, but it was like the missions were 3D with like. I guess like Mario Galaxy-ish, if you know what I mean. I don't. I didn't play a lot of games. I haven't played a lot of games from that era to describe it with. I guess maybe it would be like Crash Bandicoot. Would probably be similar to it. The thing is, I was so long ago, I don't even remember what the menu. Excuse me. I don't even remember what the menu was like. That Open Hub Worlds is basically like you have a mission and then the worlds are going. Well, I mean, it was. I guess it wasn't really open world. There's just like area to explore while you went through the map. Oh, dude, I'm having a terrible time explaining because, like I said, I half remember it. Maybe Adventure? What I remember for sure, I specifically remember parts of the map where you could go in. Well, I don't think the graphics weren't like purposely older style. It was just like, PS2, 2005 or something. But I remember that there were the tubes like on like very similar to like some of the Mario Kart um, games where like you could go upside down in just a giant tube while collecting coins or something, like moving to a different section of the map or something like that. Wait, You control three player. Oh, dude, it actually might be that. Now that you, dude, it might have been that because I would have been so young, I wouldn't have been able to grasp controlling three characters because I barely played it and my brother played it. Of course, being only a year older than me, I know it was difficult for us, but it was still like super fun. Dude, I think it was Heroes. Control, because I think, did you swap through all three players while moving through the map pretty much? Dude, that might have been it. Because there was like parts, I believe, that like my brother couldn't figure out the controls to get Tails to like fly or something. That might have been it. Either way, I there's only so many Sonic games on the PS2 that had the 3D. It's just PS2 games are really hard to come by in stores nowadays. But I still have an old PS2 that I occasionally play on that. I've thought about getting games like that just to play for fun. That, and I really want the original Burnout because apparently they need to just remaster that game. It was so fun because it's like the driving was fun, but it was also like felt like playing a game at an arcade. The way it was set up with like the timing, you had to get to checkpoints. It was very simple but very fun, and you literally can't get on anything unless you have an emulator, which I believe most of them. You probably know the ones that don't require discs, but my PC doesn't have a disk drive or anything. That's a lot more than I thought, actually, yeah. I mean, technically, couldn't you count the Sonic Soccer? I can't... Did you put that on there? Adventure DX. Technically, if you really want to be technical, I guess you could put the Sonic... What would it be called? All-Stars or something? Like the soccer game? I remember going to a neighbor's house that was like... a neighbor from ages ago. Like we barely knew. Like one of his cousin's house or something that was on the street, and he was like an older teenager, and I was, you know, like 7, and he was playing that game. It was so funny. We tried to play against him, but he's so much better at it. It's so weird thinking about playing that game with like a neighbor, because I grew up without having kids as neighbors. Because like, it's really weird being homeschooled, plus like no one in my neighborhood. We move a decent amount. Like there's kids in my parents' neighborhood now, but they're terrible kids. Like terrible. And it's a decent neighborhood, and it's bad, dude. Like their parents don't. I guess they adopted them all, and they like don't give a shit at all. And they're like these little middle schoolers are like trying to get involved with the tribes and stuff. It's bad. They used to come over, and there's a their youngest one, which because their parents were drug addicts. They're all like, I think it's like 5 siblings that they adopted all 5 of them. The youngest one wasn't like. They weren't involved. They're too young, and so he comes over and he's a sweetheart. The rest of them are demons. Like, it's bad. I don't know how you don't even parent kids like that. Like, you gotta try something. Like, something. Like, you can't... it's bad. You have no... You have social skills, Plant Buff. I just think you don't talk when you're... you write better than you talk. I learned more about you earlier in Mango's chat than you've ever said, because you don't like talking about yourself, which is fine. You and I share so much in common that you'd never know. We share a lot in common. You were just exposed to more nerdy stuff, so technically you're nerdier. Doesn't mean I don't like that or appreciate the stuff like that. You just being a PC gamer and like all the stuff you watched, or like you were definitely more involved in the nerdy stuff back when you were younger than I was. I hate Spike Rush. Try to see how bad it is. Great, we got an Xbox person. So, the way Rocket League works is you can't, the text chat, if you, like I can use a quick chat, like automated quick chat, and everyone will see it, unless I have it on team only. The quick chat in Rocket League where you type, you can only see on the same console. Apparently no one knows that, but if I start getting flamed, it's because this guy's on Xbox. Oh, double that, no! Yeah, tons of people try to flame people, though, in this game. Like, I'll see... Of course, I can only see the Xbox ones, but they'll start ripping into their teammates. Like, bro, you do know, because of censorship things, that guy on the Nintendo Switch can't see what you're even typing. I guess, because all consoles have different word restrictions. I mean, I have a large family. So, like, yeah, it's been free to play for like 2 years. It was already cross-console, too. Yeah. Pass. Should have probably let him just 50 it. But I was gonna say, I mean, social skills, you don't, that's not something that I believe has to be learned. Like, you learn how to interact with people, but social skills is something that I think comes naturally. Like, and then a lot of responses and, like, social, that comes with being social, I think people mask a lot of natural responses that they shouldn't. Like, you say it how it is, and I like that. Like, I think more people should, but that's something that, I don't know, people are like, they say it's a bad thing. Oh, this guy's tilted because one bump. Are they on a team? No, they're not. Oh. Oops. I don't really get along with a lot of people my age either. Oh, that was a bad touch. Dude. Just because the way I was raised was to treat people with respect, and it's just not done. there's a certain amount of, like, there's a standard set to that you have to kind of achieve, and I don't know, a lot of people don't even care to do stuff. Ooh, good cut. I mean, you can know nothing about the game but still watch it, which is why I love it, because it's a sport played with cars. Although it plays, like, the positions are more like a hockey game than soccer, the way you play it. I do know that people get tilted if you bump and demo them by boosting through them. And so this Zack Attack kid is, like, super salty because I bumped him. Because apparently bumping is bad sportsmanship even though it's in the game, and all you have to do is learn how to dodge. Also, something people don't realize is, like, I go for bumps a lot, but I can also dodge bumps a lot, because if you go for bumps, you know how to bump. And you know where people will try to bump. So, like, I don't know. Ooh, I thought I had him on the low 50. Yeah, I get that, but also it's like, why? I'm from the South where more people are nice, but still people, like, it's not pure deep South that's memed about. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm supposed to go for that. My teammate's gonna be so mad. I thought that was his kickoff. Ooh, what's that? That was great. Yeah. This game is very complex, but at the same time, it's you can break it down very simply, even though there's minute things, because it's so technical. It's kind of, it's ridiculous how technical this game is. Is that the same team as that? Okay, it's not. Because, like, small touches and blah blah blah, but the playstyle wise, there's only so many different ways your teammate can play, and so, like, eventually you get kind of used to it, but, like, I don't, it takes a lot of playing and maturity to start getting used to it, it feels like. It's like, oh, this game takes a lot of time unless you're just naturally good at it, which some people are. Oh, I know my float. Ah, I thought teammate was chasing it. There's a lot of simple concepts of, like, playing sports that are involved in this game that, like, there's more technical things in it, but, like, people don't grasp it because a lot of them are gamers, and then even the ones that play sports are the immature middle schoolers or, like, freshmen that don't know how to play team sports. Because, like, this game is like, oh, instead of scoring, what if I just create an opportunity because this shot's super hard, or I could just try to make it, you know, easier for my teammate to score, even if it delays. Like, I don't. It's, people are very tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. This game is like, oh god, that was bad. What a save. Yeah, this game would definitely suck you in, but I think you typically like different style games. I mean, hey, if you ever want to play it, I'm here. But there's nothing quite like this game, which is cool. But also, I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea for sure. Oof. Should have scored that probably. No, teammate! Okay, okay. He must not have trusted. That was such a good pass. Alright, send me one back, buddy. Dude, I can do that too. What? Oh, that's frustrating. I don't know where my flip went there. Oh, that was dirty. I mean, the matchmaking, I will say, is pretty easy in this game to not get frustrated. Most of the frustration comes when you don't perform because it's so easy to be inconsistent. So most of the frustration I find in this game are people that care about it a bunch and they get frustrated that they're not playing as well as they can. When you're like starting the game, it's kind of like, oh, you don't even know how to play it, and then the matchmaking puts you against usually people pretty easily. I'm not really into sports either, being homeschooled. Oh! Okay, that was sick! What was this? Oh. Yeah, it would eventually, but I like this game. The reason it didn't stop me in this game is because the getting better is a lot more satisfying than other games. A shooter is like, if I get better, I can. What's it gonna do? I get a badge in this. This game is like, it's hard to get good at. So if I can get good at, I don't know. I like the feeling of improvement in this game more than shooters. Ooh, that. Oh yeah. That's how I am with Apex too. Like, I like Apex still to some extent. It's just gotten so stale, and then the matchmaking got to where it was terrible. Like, I want a. If I'm playing a shooter that's against like a PvP shooter, I have not been playing PvP games until I moved out like 3 years ago. So I'm not very good at them. And a lot of them I don't care to get good because I would rather just have fun. And so playing Apex is like casual back before the matchmaking was fully screwed was fun because it's like, oh, I might win a game 1 out of 15 I play or something. 1 out of 20. But it was like, it was a challenge, but then it's not like, I'm not getting crapped on every game. And then now, the last few times I tried to play, I just got obliterated for, 15, 30 minutes straight. And it's like, I'm not waiting for it to put me way down in the dumps to where then I'm, playing against brand new players just so I can have fun. Like, that's why I played Fortnite a little bit. It's because at least Fortnite felt a little casual. Oh, he bumped me to the... Now that has no builds. See, I never played Fortnite until it had no build. Recently. I haven't played since the new season. It is weird how much they change it season to season. I will say that. But I guess it just takes a second to adapt. Um, but I've only played the no build. 'Cause I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's more casual with the no build, or like some of the custom game stuff. Seem, they seem okay. How did I get bumped off? Oh. Oh, I thought he was going. Was it launch day for the actual Battle Royale style, or the launch when it was called something else that was like the actual zombie game? Oh, that was a bad kickoff. Launch for Battle Royale. Okay. See, I wasn't gaming stuff like that when I heard about it. I was listening to a podcast that involved some gaming, so like I heard about it. He actually played. The guy played before the Battle Royale. Dude, this teammate. Oh god, get me out of here. Bro, you're not gonna FF? Come on, buddy. You done squat. But yeah, I heard about how fast it took over, and I'm very anti what's popular usually. And so I was like, oh, that sounds dumb. Everyone likes it. Why is it so popular? That's how I am with a lot of stuff. Because I don't like basing my opinions off of what other people think is cool. And so, like, the new Avatar movies, or the new... Well, like, not fully, because, like, there's games I will like that are popular. But, like, if you're telling me something super popular, my first instinct is going to be like, why is this so popular, and is it super overrated? And so, like, the Avatar movie, that the sequel just came out, I watched 30 minutes of the first one and figured the freaking plot out. And then I was like, I hate this. The plot is so dull and so boring. The visual effects and how good the movie, quote unquote, is supposed to look for its time does not make me think this movie's awesome. The fact that it was one of the most money-making movies is baffling to me because it's not cool. It's not, like you were saying about Harry Potter. In general, it's not good. It just has flashy things. And so I'm like, I don't know. And then now everyone's like, oh, Avatar 2, blah, blah. I'm just like, don't care. Thought it was dumb in the first place. Like, why is my teammate just... Should I spite him? Should spite him, not forfeit. Nah. The thing, to me, they weren't that interesting. Like I said, I watched 30 minutes of the first one and was like, this is such a cliche, like, dull... Like, I'm a bad movie critic in the beginning because I think a lot of things are dumb for, like, they're just repeated over and over again. And then there's so many, like, agendas that they put in it that's just, like, dumb. Like, why are you trying to put, like, pop culture agendas? Like, it's a movie for crying. And so, like, with the Avatar, it was like, blue guy, they're Mars or some planet, blue guy, brother dies, this guy is disabled, he gets to be an avatar because they control it with mind, falls in love with other alien blue person, there's a war, now human is on other alien side. It's like, the plot was just like, dude, there's nothing to this plot. And I don't care how good your 4K shooting and, like, first time a movie was shot in like 120 frames a second or something dumb but then slowed, like, it doesn't look good enough for me to look past the bad plot line. It's kind of like Star Wars. The original Star Wars everyone loved. It's like, it had so many visual effects for the time that they overlook how open the story is. Now, granted, for back then it wasn't bad, but it's also like people that are like, oh, diehard Star Wars fans. It's like, bro, you think the new ones are bad? Just... like listening halfway, and I thought he said something about that earlier. But I'm guessing it's the emote. No thanks. I don't like the way stream chat's been going today. It's very uncomfortable listening to all that. NBG the Mirage. Should use less boost. What is for the greater good? Oh. I got you. A little close. Aspect? Sorry, bud. It's really awkward. I hate that I'm fast enough to get the ball over them, but I keep getting bumped. I'm not fast enough to not get bumped. I need to try to, like... I didn't realize that guy recovered so fast. I mean, you do you. Oh. Ah, where'd my flip go? I can't figure this teammate out. I can't tell if... Sometimes I can't tell if it's like an old man playing with me because their reflexes are weird, but they also are like smarter at the game, or if it's like a young kid not paying attention until later on in the game. I'm sorry, Bubba. People in this rank don't really allow you to back left it. Spawn! No! There we go. Plenty of time, buddy. Plenty of time, buddy. That was very rushed. I gave the man an open net. No! I hate games like this because, like, I'm trying to do the best I can, but people are such scoreboard, like, oh, look at the scoreboard. You got 42 points. It's like, brother, I'm doing everything I can without breaking rotations and getting us scored on more. Pass. No. Good 50. Ooh, I didn't see that guy. Thought that was... Oh my. Might be a goal. Good cut. Still only have 62 points. No, teammate. Oh, how does that? Like, I still. Oh no, I missed the bump on him. You streamed Sonic Origin. That's the new one, right? You streamed it because I watched you. It was one of the first streams I ever saw. Dude, you streamed it because I was watching you. Plant, you have totally streamed that game. I swear that was the first time I've ever watched you stream. You're streaming the Sonic game. Because weren't you like, because I was talking to you about like trading in the freaking, you saved the like the Rothschilds and then you were like selling their souls to get more speed. Bro, am I tripping? Ah, I can't be. Okay. See, I'm bad with the names. Origins is the... No, it wasn't in Discord. I swear it wasn't in Discord because I didn't join your Discord until after I saw you. But the collection of classic games. Okay, I had something like that on the DS. That was like Sonic and Tails, Sonic 2, Sonic and Tails 2, Sonic and Knuckles 3 or something like that. I don't know. I always like the ones where you could choose to play the other people. So I thought their abilities were fun. Ah. Bro, you're tripping. I swear. Because I've never watched you stream in the Discord. That was such a terrible touch. Do you have like all your past broadcasts, or they just disappear? Or? It was a while ago, but I remember it because you were showing me like some of the levels you were trying to get gold on the speedrun part. Ah, a terrible first touch. I don't know why. Game came out November 8th. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Like, 'cause it wasn't like the day it came out. I know that. It might have been like a week after or something. You were pretty far into the game already. Because I was asking about... Dude, there's no way. I know you streamed it. You can't... Dude! because I watched the first time I saw it. The first time I saw the game, I saw a streamer, not very frequent streamer, but a guy who stream snipes a big streamer I watch all the time in party games when it's more allowed, like not bad stream sniping, like Fall Guys, stuff like that. Named Shotdown. He's extremely good at almost every single game. I don't know what he does to work because he owns every game in existence, plays like has the time to do it, and makes decent money. But they raided him at one night, like late Friday night, like the week that game came out. I saw him playing the game, and there was like some worm guys or something that he was talking about. I thought you played that game because I know I watched two people play the game, and they were both people that didn't have lots of viewers because I don't watch like big streamers, and I for sure didn't watch any that would have played that game. So he played it. Dude, that's driving me nuts. Oh, you know what it was? You didn't stream it in Discord. We talked in Discord. Because I know exactly when it happened. I thought I saw you doing it. But it was when I was playing Gunfire Reborn, and then that one level I had okay. It was Gunfire Reborn. That one time I started stream abruptly and messaged you to get on to see my ultimate health thing that I ended up getting like 500 health from or something. How did I visualize? I thought you streamed it. That is... Bro. I'm still pretty sure I saw someone else stream it though. But I don't know who it would have been then. Maybe... I don't know. Because I know... Now that I remember talking to you about it. But I thought I visually saw someone doing it. That is so weird. But no, that's why I remember everything so in depth, is because we were just on Discord and you were talking about everything. Because you were trying, there was like a level you were at. At that point you had almost beaten the game, the story, and you had a bunch of the stuff already gold. Or platinum, or whatever the highest thing was. You were having issues with like one level in particular, and then you later beat the entire thing. Ah. I know you 100% it. I think it was like 2 weeks after that you were like, hey, I got the final. Because didn't you say there was like one that was like pretty tricky? Stop great passing me when you don't know. Dude, I hate people that do that. They can't see what I can see in the clear overcommit. Give me the boost. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think maybe it was like at the very end of the week after it had come out that I was talking to you. The thing is about games that you really like, I hate that like when there's a really, really good game that you like, because it ends eventually. And it's like watching, I've never done it, but I know people that have, like watching a TV show they really liked, because eventually like it ends and it's like, no. That's how I am in The Witcher 3 right now. I'm loving that game so much, but it's like I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end. I have 2 DLCs that I can play through too, but it also kind of sucks because I'm not a huge fan of games that let you um, get way more higher level because of side missions. Because I love side missions. I wish it was like I'm so overpowered in The Witcher because I want to do all the side missions while they're like around my level, and by the time I get back to the main mission to continue the story, it's like I'm so overpowered. And so then it's like, man, it's even getting to a point where they give you so much XP for side missions that some of the side missions I'm getting over leveled for. So it's like, when am I supposed to be correctly leveled? Like I don't know. See, I think that I wish there was stuff like that too. Now, the aspect of getting better swords and upgrading, like I get addicted to like finding all these small stuff. How did I not hit that ball? And so like in The Witcher 3, there's oils that you can apply to your blade that do like when you first find it, it does like 15, or when you first craft it, it does like 15% damage to, you know, this certain type of necrophage enemies. And then like, oh, this one's for hybrid like monsters, this one's for dragon monsters. And so like I get obsessed with collecting and then trying to level them up. And then I was like that in The Division 2 with all the scopes in that game and the gun attachments. But like, I don't know, when I'm doing all that stuff for the side, it like, you know, over levels me. So then it's like, I don't know. It's not like it's not a challenge, because the game does do a decent job of some of the enemies are fine, like being low level. Like the wolves that I'm, you know, the wolves that attack you are like, there's level 1 wolves which destroy you at level 1. Like you have to be decent. It's just dodging. Of course, being new at the game, it's harder to do. Blah blah blah. Well, then you get over leveled where they're easily one shot. Well, then now there's level 15 wolves, even though I'm like level 30, but they still do a decent job because they do enough damage and whatnot. So like, they just try to overcrowd you. But the problem is like all the boss style fights, like where it's one-off enemy, like, oh, here's a bad werewolf. It's like, man, I beat a werewolf the other day. I beat one that was like 3 levels higher than me. And I was like, man, I can't be that good at this game. I want it to be more challenging. I think what I'm gonna do is, after I beat this game, I love it because the story's so fun and everything's so fun on The Witcher so far. I think it's beating out, for my favorite game, I think it's gonna beat out Jedi Fallen Order, because I love this. Jedi Fallen Order has really simple mechanics. The Witcher is simple too, to some extent, but like, they're both really good. But Witcher's definitely longer, which I think it's hitting an it. Like, I think I like that. Because Fallen Order's not terrible, but I can beat it quickly because I just get engrossed. The Witcher I've been playing for quite a few weeks now. But I think what I'm going to do is, after I beat this, finally dump the money on Elden Ring. Because at least Elden Ring is massive. And that will probably hit it. Like, I don't know if the story of Elden Ring, like, or Dark Souls style stories, they probably won't catch me as much as like The Witcher has. But the sword and dodging combat, and it's actually hard. The Witcher can be hard. I should have put it on a harder difficulty. But yeah, no, I watched someone play almost full. I watched a Souls enthusiast play Elden Ring, and it took him months. Now, he was playing it like he was playing stuff that were like under-leveled, but that's because he's like a masochist who likes playing Dark Souls games. He's done like, you know, Soul level 1 runs on Dark Souls 3. So literally there's this hidden boss at the beginning of the game. If you like get a key that he somehow figured out, and got kind of somewhat spoiled, but he doesn't care because now there's this boss. Literally, when you spawn in the game, that's like way higher level. But because it's Dark Souls, technically, if you don't hit, it doesn't matter how leveled. It just takes a lot longer to beat people. And so he spent the first like 3.5 hours of the game playing a boss that was so much higher level. And like he spent hours on bosses, and you knew the shit got real when he decided that, oh, I'm beating this boss, and then he starts playing Eurobeat. He will just blast Eurobeat on his stream, playing against these bosses. He spent like 4 hours playing this crazy hard boss, way too low level, but purposely. And he ended up, literally deja vu. When he finally ended up beating it, he beat it with as no hit, was how strong the boss was. Like, he took one hit, but it was because he like looked at chat and something dumb hit him. After that one hit, because it was like a spam fireball that like was at the beginning of the game that didn't. So technically, it's not a full one hit, but he basically like one hitted this boss after like 4 hours straight, and he's just like. He's so good at video games because of the way he looks at it. He's like, why should I get frustrated when it's making me a better gamer playing this? Like, I'm spending hours doing this, but the accomplishment's bigger the harder it is, and it makes you better overall at the game. So like, the dude's like a Hindu, such a like chill gamer. He's like he was a Destiny player, and he's just like so like. The only thing I think the stuff that frustrates him is people, not the games. But he's a big variety streamer, so he plays games with people that like he plays a lot of Among Us still. And it's so people think it's so cliche, Among Us. I love Among Us. I'm already there.